single point of failure. I'm sorry for spelling mistakes and all. Single point of failure. So what will happen in case you have dependency of one server? If this server went down, so your service is gone, right? So this is like you cannot run like this. So for that we required a redundancy. There is another terminology come into picture, guys. Actually, with this course you are learning networking also. Okay, if you are not aware with the networking, I am giving a brief like some background of the networking also because it is required. So now what you will do, the same type of server, same data, same content, you will put in this branch. So this is called a redundancy. So this, you can say this is your primary server. Okay, you can say this is your primary server and this is your backup server. So what will happen is now you have a redundancy in case this server went down. Okay, in case this server went down, so the all this server will be active. So what will happen, the all traffic from here, they will start going to this branch. This is called a redundancy. And with this redundancy what we are achieving, we are achieving availability as well. So this is actually the network fundamentals of the networking, that you need a redundancy, you need availability. Okay, so in the redundancy we got the redundancy, redundant network, redundant server, right? Where so redundancy and availability, so you got the availability 24/7. Generally people will do, they will have if the big organization, they will have another server here in this branch. Okay, so they will have a three type of redundancy. So like this this server and this server. So you have a three servers, so you will have a full redundancy. So in case this down, this will take care, this down, this will. And there is concept of load balancing. Load balancing means generally what will happen, again this is a very big concept, load balancing. So what organization will do, they will use a separate guys, one second. Okay, so there is something called load balancer. So what the load balancer will do is, they will if you have a 100 requests on the server, so load balancer will do 50 requests here, 30 requests here, 20 requests here. So like this what will happen, the load balancing will happen. So the server will not get a burden and it will see that. So AWS also have a load balancer. So we will see more on the load balancer while learning AWS load balancer. Okay, but this concept is required. This is the background of before going to the region and availability zone. Here what we did is actually we guys, one second, I'm getting some disturbance. Okay, sorry. So okay, so we have three branches, one, two, and three, and you put one server, similar server in each branch. So you achieve a redundancy. You achieve availability. Availability means 24 by 7. If in case this server went down, you still have a redundancy. Okay. So what AWS does is, there is concept of availability and availability zone and the region. Okay, what is the region actually? So let's talk about that. So region, so AWS, they are saying we have one region. Okay, the region name is, let's say, um, US East 1, which is in North Virginia. Okay, US East region 1, North Virginia. So this is called a region. Okay, this is called a region. In this region, what they did is they form 6 availability zone. One availability zone here. Let me take another color. One availability zone here. One availability zone here. Here, 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 and here. Okay, availability zone is nothing but data centers. So like this, see, this is if in our infrastructure, if I say, so I can say this is my region. So I will say this is my region Hyderabad. I will say this is my region Hyderabad. And in Hyderabad, I have Hyderabad region. I have 3 availability zone. One in High Tech City, one is in Gachibowli, one is in Amirpet. So similarly, AWS, they have a region. So in, if suppose you want to host any services, okay. So in US, so in the US, they have which region you are taking. So I am taking, let's say, US East 1, North Virginia. So US East 1, it is in to North Virginia, and in North Virginia there will be 6 different data centers. And you know, in our infrastructure generally we will have a redundant connectivity, right? MPLS connectivity. So the AWS data centers also connected with a high-end redundancy. These all data centers connected with the high-end dual redundancy. So there will be no chance of they are providing 99.9% availability. So fully redundant network. This is. So what we can do is, see, you no need to maintain the data centers and all. So what you can do, you can go to the AWS console, go to select the region, and the server which you were putting here. So you can create one server here. You can create one server in this availability zone, in this availability zone, and this availability zone. So you got a full redundancy. And the availability zone, they called it as a AZs. AZ means availability zone. So this is availability zone A. This is availability zone B. This is availability zone C. C, D, E, and F. So these are nothing but data centers. Like we have 3 offices here, right? How we put in a real infrastructure, how we connect the same thing. AWS, they already build the networks. They already put the racks. They already put the high redundancy network. So your infrastructure is ready here. You just need to go there and create the servers and start using it. And you need to pay for what you are using. That's it. You don't need to maintain all this one. So you know, guys, hope uh, you understand it very clearly. What is mean by region and what is mean by availability zone. Any question here?
No, no.
Clear, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So availability zone region. So let's look on the theory part. So AWS region. Each region is a separate geographical area. North Virginia, then US East, which is in Ohio, I think. So then in okay, one more thing. So this is US. Similarly, they have a region in APAC region. APAC means all the Asian countries and all that will come. Similarly, they have a UK region as well. So in each region, they have like in APAC they have multiple cities. Like in Mumbai, there is a region in the Mumbai as well. And coming future, in coming years, the Hyderabad region also coming. So when you say a region, there will be availability zone inside that region. Okay, so you can use whatever you want. So going forward, once you start using the console, AWS console, then you will come to know more details of this one. Okay, so each region is a separated geographical area. Each region has multiple isolated location known as availability zones. See, worldwide provide you the ability to place resources such as the same example I have given. Okay. So regions and number of availability zones. See, can you see this? This is a good image actually. Okay. So regions. So in the US East, they have two regions called North Virginia and Ohio. So when you see in the bracket six means in North Virginia, six availability zone. Okay. See, US East and US West. So in the US, they again separated US East, US West. In the Asia Pac, Mumbai, Seoul, Singapore, Sydney, Tokyo, and Osaka. So these are the regions. So let's say you are a Indian. Your organization hosted in the India, and all the users are Indian users. Then you no need to configure your server in US East or US West or any European data center. You just take the AWS service and put your server into the Mumbai region. So an internet, your access will be very fast. There is a no need to no need to host your server in US East because the latency will be there. So base depend on your, why this multiple region came, because the multinational companies, they are located in all the geographical locations. Like how the multinational companies will be, like they separated like EMEA, APAC, and the America. Okay, in America again, North America, so, South America. So in APAC, China, Tokyo, China, India, then Hong Kong. These all things will come. In UK, we will have a UK, Sydney, and multiple cities will come there, and you can have their branches there. So similarly, let's say there is a Chinese company, so they can use the Beijing, and they can use the Beijing region to host their service, to host their thing. If there is a European country office, so they can use London. But there is a multinational company. Okay, they spread into the worldwide. Okay, so they can have one server in they can have the servers in US East. If they have a Mumbai like Indian user, they can use this one. They can use in China. So for the local organization, local sites, they can use the local regions. Okay, and use that. So this is what the availability zone and the regions. Okay, so if I come down, okay, so this availability just now we discussed. So in the region there will be availability zone, and this availability zone See, each region is completely independent. Okay, so it is like a separate office. Region means a separate office, um, like in North Virginia, U.S. East, and in South, in U.S. West, you have another region. So they are totally separate. If you put here, then that server will be belongs to that only, that region only. Okay, but the region, the availability zone will be redundant connection. You can put one server here, one server here, one server here. So you no need to worry about the redundancy. Okay, so each availability zone is isolated, but the availability zone in a region are connected through low latency link. The following, so low latency means what? So in generally, what will happen in our infrastructure thing? So this within a city, what happened? One office is in sorry, Headache City. One office in Gachibowli. So sometime due to some road work and or something, this cable may break from the ISP end. So what will happen? Your branches will be isolated, there will be impact. But in AWS, so there will be a fully redundant. Let's say this zone to this zone, if path goes down, so you will have a path from here. So this is called a fully mesh redundant connectivity. Okay, then availability zone, the same thing. An availability zone is represented by a region code followed by later identify US East 1A. So how the availability zone, let's say you select US East. So US East 1A, US East 1B, East 1C. Like this, 6 availability zone will be there. Okay. The AWS region provide multiple physical separate and isolated availability zone which are connected with low latency, high and high redundant network. This is the punch. This point is a punch. It will clearly tell you what is the region and what is the availability zone and why the advantages of availability zone, because it will give you high throughput, low latency, and high redundant network. Okay, so this is also one of the diagram I found. So this is something in the region you have data center, low latency, and they connected with the recent fiber connectivity. They have their availability zone are connected with the dual fiber connectivity. So huge redundancy there. So there is no point of um, failure or getting down. Okay, so now we understand the region and the availability zone. Let's have a look on AWS console and let's review the things there. Okay, so what I will do, I will go to AWS console. Okay, so I will say logging back. Okay, and guys, one more thing. While creating the user account, once you put your credit card information, then it will ask a OTP. Yesterday, I missed to share that point. It will ask for the OTP on your bank register mobile number. So you will get that OTP. You need to put that OTP into that. Then you will log in further into that, and always select personal or for the studies. Don't select business or something. Okay, so they will be separate for that, and create free tier account only. Okay, free tier account. So now I need to root user, and whatever the user you created, right, that will be the root user. So what is root user and IMI user, we will see that. That is not currently. Okay, so it is 5F8YWX. So see, 3 authentication I need to provide. The first, that capaci, then I need to provide my password. This password will be it is not like *123. It should be a complex password combination of the lower letter, higher letter, special character, and the number. So 4 things you need to do. And here for the authenticator, so I use Google Authenticator 82778. Okay, see, I lost 518503. So immediately you need to take this. Now you enter into this one, console. Very good. So now welcome to the console. So can you see in the right side the username which you connected? Okay. So now if I go here, North Virginia, can you see this is the region? So from the top side, these are the region. In North Virginia, it is called US East 1. Then Ohio, so it is called US East 2. Then in the west US, they have a two regions: US West 1, which is in California, and US West 2, which is in Oregon. Similarly, there is some one thing in South Africa as well. Okay, Cape Town, which is in the Cape Town. So if any South African company, they can use this particular region. Okay. Similarly, Hong Kong, Mumbai, Osaka, Singapore, Sydney, Tokyo. You know, these all are Asia Pac. Can you see AP? AP means Asia Pac. US means US, United States. AF, Africa. You know, one more is coming. Some more region will come into the Africa zone. In the APAC, AP, there is very soon the AP Hyderabad will come here, Asia Pac. Okay, that work is going on in Gachibowli. You can see that a very big centers coming. So maybe great opportunity for us. We can get a job in Hyderabad itself, Hyderabad Amazon, right? You, me, we can work together there. Yes. Okay. Next is in Canada. Can you see in the Canada CA Central 1? So there is it is in center. Then in the Europe, Frankfurt, Ireland, London, Milan, Paris, Stockholm. So they in the UK they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different regions. So by default, you need to always see in which region you connected. So let's say today you use some another region and you configure server there and you left. And tomorrow you by default you log into some another region. So you know generally by default we will get connected to the North Virginia. Okay, there is one URL you can see that one. Okay, www.cloudping.info. www.cloudping.info. So when you hit this, so it will tell you which region and what is the latency from your machine. Okay, now it is calculating the latency. So you will see the number very soon here. It is calculating the latency. Okay, so let's do the HTTP ping from your machine. So what is happening now? From your laptop, you are going to ping these all regions. So you will see what is the low latency, and you can use that region, and you can configure. So this is something. Let's say you have some servers hosted in some region, and you got slowness. So with this URL, you can say what is the problem. If the number is high, some low latency, you can open the tag with AWS and tell them, okay, low latency is coming. Okay, but can you see the highest is like this many packets are going there to reach, but the lowest packet will be the high speed for you. So the lowest latency will be high speed. So now let's see here all are 300. Can you see Bahrain? It is showing 73. Can you see 44 Mumbai? Why? Can anyone tell me?
Because Mumbai is closest to Hyderabad.
Exactly. And you know how it is calculated? because if I go here and if I say, you can do it, everyone, you can do it in your laptop today itself. So the first thing, you can ping and you can see, check the latency, and also you can see here what is my public IP address. So when you see this one, okay, so can you see my public IP address 103.48.68.58. So this public IP address, and what it is saying, my location is Hyderabad and my ISP is Country Online Services. Can you see? This is giving all the details. So this IP address is allocated to this this ISP, and I'm paying for this ISP. And this IP address is shared IP address. So the same IP can be get from my neighbor also, right? So Country Online, they purchase this is called a public IP address. They need to purchase, and there is some one organization called INA. So that is, what they will do is they own all the public addresses. Okay, and they again divided the IP addresses range into regions. Like this IPs belongs to India. Okay, in India again, the local ISP they divided. Okay, this IP belongs to Hyderabad. The like this is actually like a mesh. Okay, it is not something. So when I'm reaching here, so it is taking this source 103.488.448.6858. So when it going to goes to the ISP, so it found it reached Mumbai very very quickly in 45 millisecond, 44 milliseconds. That's why the latency. So you can see here. So the highest, if you see here, the too far is this one. South America is to look too far from here, 433. So if you put a server for the Indian user, if you put the server in South of America, then that will be a poor designing, poor planning. Why, guys? Your expected user sitting in what AWS provided this all region for your flexibility. What you want, do it. Okay, I'm in the North Virginia. So let me go to the Mumbai region. So when I select the Mumbai region, so it will take you to Mumbai region. Yes, I'm in the Mumbai region. Can you see this? So let's have a, if you create any EC2, if you create any server here, so that server will be in Mumbai region only. Okay, so that server you will not see in the North Virginia. So let's say for the Mumbai, let me go to the VPC. Okay, so by default VPC is nothing but a network. Okay, so for the Mumbai VPC, this is the default VPC. So what it is saying, the default VPC is 172.31. This one. Okay, we will see what is the VPC and all, but I am just telling you, the same VPC, they have a subnets. So when I create the, so by default the subnets are there. Can you see the you have the subnet again, the same IP address is, it is divided into multiple IP addresses. So this if suppose I want to create a subnet. Okay, so it will ask you, okay, under this VPC you want to create a subnet. So which availability zone you want? Can you see in the region there are three availability zone Asia Pac. Can you see AP, APS1, AZ1, AZ2, AZ3, and they give something like this: AP South 1A, AP South 1B, AP South 1C. Similarly, let me go to the North Virginia. So I will be into the same VPC service, but my region is getting changed. So I will go directly. It will take me to the North Virginia subnet place. Okay. Now see here, North Virginia VPC thing. So now, okay, see the same place came, but now the North Virginia. So if I go here, let's say there is a default VPC. If I select here and if I see the available, can you see one to A B C D E F? So six availability zones are there in North Virginia. In the Mumbai, there are three availability zones. So what does that mean? In North Virginia, if you take that region, you can host six servers in different availability zone, and it will be fully load balanced. The big organization like let's say Amazon itself, um, fraction of second, lakhs of users login, they order something into the Amazon, they cancel the order, they deliver the order, they check the status, everything. So those all things will come here. In case let's say you are putting one order into Amazon, okay, and you put the credit information, suddenly your internet gone. Okay, so the moment the internet come, so what will happen where you are connected? So this all will happen because of the this availability source. Okay, there is a actually I'm like trying to explain in very simple, just two concept, region and availability zone. I spent around I'm about to spend 1 hour in very detail. I'm explaining. Otherwise, it's a matter of 5 minutes. This is region, this is availability zone. No, but the pattern of my understanding is different. You should know the infrastructure, then you should know how in the cloud. That's why I'm spending time, because this is very important. Okay, this is what I found the missing things. Okay, now let's say I'm going to Tokyo. So let me okay, cloudping.info. Let me ping this into the chat, otherwise I will get followed. Forget this. What is that? HTTP cloudping. Cloudping dot cloudping dot info. I think it is HTTPS. Okay, I just put into the chat, so you can use this, and also check this one. What is my IP address? So it will tell you where you are. What is my IP? What is my public IP address? Say what is my public IP address? Okay, you need to search it. Okay, now I'm here. So did I went to? Okay, now I'm in the Tokyo. So in the Tokyo, if I go to the VPC, let's see how many availability zones. Can you see three availability zones here? A, B, and C. Northeast, AP Northeast 1A. So this is the naming convention of the AWS. AP Northeast 1C. So now when you say your server in which availability zone, so you need to remind this diagram. Availability zone means this one. Region means this one. So in North Virginia region, you pick A availabilities, US East 1A availability zone, and you hosted one server here. Okay, this is how. So the same thing will come while creating the EC2 as well. Okay, so if I submit, okay, Tokyo, we have seen the Tokyo. So similarly, these are the regions. So what we are going to do during our practice. So if you take the Mumbai, that's fine. You will get a good speed. But let's use the default one only, North Virginia only. Because what I am worrying about, because while choosing, you may choose the Mumbai region. You can create the server. But what will happen tomorrow once you log in? The default you will get login to North Virginia. So you will forget some services there and you will be paid for that. So let's not do that, and let's use the default one. So we understand that in North Virginia there are 6 availabilities only. So we are going to use North Virginia for our lab and our practice purpose. Okay. So VPC, there is a separate chapter. We are going to touch the VPC next week, not this week. So in the services,
Nadeem, why we are selecting North Virginia? Just because we are on a free version?
no. Even you can use Mumbai also. You can use
Okay.
anything.
Yeah.
But why I'm telling? Because when you log into the console, right? So you can see in the right side. Once you log in, you will be automatically connected to the North Virginia. There is a default setup. I think you will get connected there. So in that case, what will happen? Let's say you created one server here, okay, and you forget that, and tomorrow you selected you connected somewhere else, okay. So like this, what will happen? You will forget some services, so the charge will start getting on that. Okay, the charge will be on that. So okay, if you want to use the Mumbai, then always come here. Your first point will be, once you log into the console and select the Mumbai and start your work. Okay, I'm in the Mumbai, so I will use the Mumbai only. So I will not bother about what is North Virginia now. I will just my first point will be, I will come here and I will select this region, and here I will use all the services. So let's say I'm going to come EC2, elastic computing. Elastic computing is nothing but we will talk that. Okay. Now can you see here? So in the dashboard in the EC2, you will see how many instances are running. Can you see the 0? What is the key pair? How many security groups are here? Load balancer and all. Okay. So let's say if I'm in Mumbai region, let me create one server. So today's lecture was just to focus on a region and availability zone. We are not tomorrow. We are going to focus on how to tomorrow. You have one more day, so create the account, because tomorrow you are going to create your first Amazon server, your server, and you are going to connect that server. So tomorrow we will see the detail how to create a instance in AWS. We will see each and every part. So now for today, in Mumbai region, let me create one server, and just so that you can aware with how. So see, for few weeks we need to touch on this. We need to be here only, not few weeks, every service, because the first thing is server. Then after that you can create you can use another, let's say once you create the server, you can use a CloudWatch alarm. You can match that server with alarms. If this server went down, alarm you need to configure here. So this thing we will so just don't get confused. Don't try to just log in the connect. You can do research whatever you want, but don't mix up the things. Just for right now we are looking into the EC2, then just look at the EC2. We learn the VPC, then only look for the VPC and start researching on that and practicing on that. So the first thing in the, it is asking for the Amazon machine images, AMI. So it will ask you which AMI you want to connect. So I will first, here there is an option in the left side, create tier. Okay.
So Nadeem, are we creating a server or the virtual machine?
We are not creating the we are using Amazon instance, and we are putting the image into that instance.
Right. So but what type of machine are we creating? A server or a machine or a virtual machine?
Yeah, that is coming. One second. Oh. So that's what I don't want to touch this topic today because it has a detail. So we will see. Okay, you can see while creating server, how many things are coming. Instance type. configure instance, then storage, tags, security group, and 7 points are there. So we are going to touch each point. Okay. So right now, let's say I just the first point it is asking to select the image. So I selected, let's say, Windows Server 2019. Okay. Now here it is asking you to which family and what is the type. So this is your question actually. Okay. So what is this? Which server type? Currently selected T2 micro, one CPU with this one, and EBS. So if I go here, okay, actually let's touch this cloud computing tomorrow itself. Okay, we will see in the detail. So today just have a look on this one. So what we are selecting? We are selecting the instance type. Okay, so instance type T2 micro and the storage. So now I need to select the configure instance detail. Then here, okay, now see here, how many instance you want? You want to create one server, two servers, three servers, one. Which VPC? This one. But which subnet? Can you see the point is coming here? In which availability zone you want to put your server? So I want to use in the Mumbai the availability zone here. This one. You can create next server into 1B, the another third server in 1C. Got it? So this is how you can select this availability zone. Under the Mumbai region, under the availability zone South A, you are creating a server. Okay. Then now next is add storage. Okay. So add storage here, there is type of volumes, general purpose volumes and magnetic volumes. So there is some details here also. So by default this is a 30 gig. If you make it 100, or if you want to add the new, you can select this one. So it will get charged. You will be charged for this one. See, once you create, just test it, delete it, it will charge you in the rupees only. It will not even cross the 100. But let's practice with the basic, with the free version, then we will go for the advanced. Okay, don't try to do 1000 GB or something. They will provide you, but there will be charge for that. And once you start this, so there will be disclaimer will come here. You selected the this is out of free version. Okay, let's say if I say 50. Okay, and previous, not here. Let's make it 30 only, and let's say let me add this one, EBS. So add tag. No, while okay, I'm not going to create that. So tag, you need to give the tag. So let's say name. I will say web server. Okay, configure security group. So in the security group, you need to tomorrow we are going to discuss on this one. So what is the it required RDP? So you can do the RDP. Okay. If you want, you can add some more. So you can put that. But here this is important. We will tomorrow we'll talk on this one. So zero accessing, this is a public cloud from this public IP address. Okay. So you are into the cloud. This is a public network. So you need to when you put the 000, so only so anyone can do the RDP, but the password will be with you only. That's the difference. Okay, anyone can try to do the RDP. Why? Because you open this one. So what I can do is I can say my IP address. So can you see my IP address? It is by default it pick. When I say my IP address, anywhere means from anywhere. So when I say my IP, what is my IP? 103.458. So now it is not open for the world. It is open for me only. Only the machine which have this IP, and this IP address belongs to me only. My ISP, my internet. So only when you put, that's the very big difference. When you say anywhere, it means a 00. Can you see? Rule with source 00 allow IP address to access your instance. Okay, we recommend setting security group rules to allow access known IP addresses only. 00 means all the zeros will come there. So this is from security point of view very dangerous. So let's have a practice using my IP. Okay, so my IP. But before that, what I want is, okay, can you see EBS? When I use the EBS, the free tier eligibility customer get up to 30 GB EBS, general purpose or magnetic store. About free usage eligibility, please use this one. It gave me this disclaimer. So when I say when I added the another disk into my server, so they are saying it is out of the free limit. Okay, so if I remove this, so then I will not be charged. So add tags, security groups, review and launch. So now can you see this? My okay, now let's have a look here. Review instance and launch. AMI, uh, Microsoft Windows Server Base AMI. So we are using into the instance we are using this image, Microsoft 2019 server. Okay, if you plan to use AMI application, okay, that's fine. Instance type. So the instance which we selected from the Microsoft, from the Amazon, that is T2 Micro. T2 Micro. What is the T2 Micro? Let me show you. Okay, T2, lowest cost, general purpose. It used generally for the web server small DBs. Okay. If you select D2, instance type, can you see this? I selected T2. T2 means the speciality, the specific. Okay, it is the lowest cost, general purpose, and use case where you can use this server for the web server or small databases. If you select F1, field programmable gate array, so hardware accessible for you. Then let's say M4, if you use, this is for the general purpose, but this will be application server. Okay, if you have like some graphical stuff, then you need to use instance type graphic intensive, so it will be video encoding, 3D applications, streaming and all. So Nasir, you got it right. The instance type, we are selecting instance type, and under that we are putting image. So
Right.
yeah. So here what we did, under the T2 micro, which is general purpose instance, okay, under that we put this image, and we want to access this from this particular, we said it can be RDP from this IP address only, which is my IP address, and the storage and all you can see here. Storage, okay, this will be the storage, 30 GB. It is nothing but the hard disk. You can add that later also, no problem. Instance detail, you will see, okay, this is belongs to VPC. And the subnet, can you see that subnet is nothing but the availability zone. So you see you got selected to this availability zone. Next, storage and the tags you use, and finally launch it. So while launching, it is asking for the key. What is key? We will see that. So there is something called encryption and decryption. So the first thing, first security, what you use, you say you provided your IP address only. So it is not open for the world. This is a public network, but it is not open for any. Only my public IP address, and also I provided a dual redundancy saying that to generate the encryption key. So there is something called key pair. I already have this key pair, my lab key, and I will say launch instance. So my instance is getting ready. So which region? Mumbai region. Okay, and if I go here, and don't worry about this. Tomorrow we will see. We are focusing on EC2 instance only. we will see in more detail. But you can this is the second time you have seen how to create the instance. So my objective is you must be familiarized with this one, what is how to create the instance. Okay, this is Microsoft instance we created. Tomorrow again we'll create, then day after tomorrow we will create a instance in Linux based instance. Okay, then we will try to SSH that, we'll try to use that. Once the server is, see, your objective is you need to select proper availability zone, you need to give a proper security and build the server and give it to the developer. uh, Guys, your server is ready, please start accessing. So you need to hand over to them, then they will start download whatever they want stuff. Your objective is, as a Amazon a cloud engineer, your objective is to build the server, you, because you have the understanding of the region availability zone, the types of servers and all. And some application they will tell you please select, if suppose you have a graphical company, so they will tell you please select, use this type of instance. Okay, because that is used for that particular server. So if I, and can you see this, it is initializing, and the public IP address, see. Okay, so if you want to see the detail of this one, just select here. Okay, and there is this option coming, so you need to just take it up, and here you can see the details. So every instance, Microsoft Amazon instance will be having one instance ID. So there is a check mark here, you can copy it always, see it got copied. So if you want, you can use the notepad and instance ID. See, this is the instance ID. So this is your identification. Next, public IP address. See, 13.223.18. This one. So this public IP address. So ping. Then they also provided a private IP address. If you connect this, if this is a hybrid cloud, hybrid means private also public. So this 172.31, you can access this from your office only. This server with this IP address you can access from your office only. Why? Because this is a private IP address. But from public, you need to use a public IP address. And can you see, they also provided the DNS. By default, a DNS is there. DNS is domain name services. Okay, let's say, because I'm going very lengthy, because DNS is again very big topic, so I don't want to spend the time on that. Let's, because we have a separate um, service here that is called Route 53. That is nothing but the replacement of the DNS. So that service is okay. Can you see this? It is here, Route 53. So here we will talk about the DNS. So see, Amazon, it is replacing everything. They're asking, we have everything. DNS server, okay, it is replaced by Route 53. Storage, we have S3. You don't need any further server infrastructure. You just use our storage S3. S3 buckets are there. You can increase that bucket n number of time. You can take the backup of n number of time. So huge stuff. You want monitoring? No need any other monitoring tool. Please use our CloudWatch. You want logging? Please use our CloudTrail. You want automation? Please use the CloudFormation. So we are going to touch these all pieces. So I am very excited. So, but as I told, you guys need to go with take that speed. Okay. So now my server is ready. So I can just go here. I will take the public key. Okay. But before this, I need to get the password of this one, right? So just select it and say connect. And when you say connect, RDP client, so it is asking, okay, this is my public DNS, and it is there is a username by default administrator, and you have to say password, get password. So for the get password, it is asking my lab key. Please put this key while creating that you generated that, right? So just do the browse, because yesterday only. Oh, I used this one or not? Let's see. Decrypt password. Oh, see, I need to use my lab key. If I Miss that, then I cannot access this server. My lab key downloads. I think I removed all the downloads. Yes. Document. No. Recently I removed this one. So that's why always we need to save that. But right now, what happened is I use the server, but I lost the key. This is very important. While creating the key, you need to create the key and put it somewhere in the storage. So in organization, there are some uh, special servers, some where you put your password, your keys, important keys. So this key is important actually. You need to store and put it somewhere else. So if like see today, what happened is in my local machine I deleted that key. So I cannot access this server. There is no other option. I cannot access this server. Why? Because I lost that key. And even if you go here, that key is here actually. Key pairs. My lab key. Can you see here? So there is import key pair. So it is asking to import. You can put the new key there, but you cannot download this. So that's why when you create the key, that time only you need to take that. So what see today we learn one more thing. We need a key to be put into some secure place, because we created the server but we cannot access that. So what is the option? There is no option. Just go here and terminate this server. Terminate instance. Okay, it will take 5 to 10 minutes and this it will get terminated. Okay, so tomorrow we will see detail on detailed parts of instance, and we will create another server in our available zone, and we will see some more details on that. So with this I will stop for today. Any questions?
Yes, Nadim, I have a quick question.
Yes, sure, sure.
So you just showed how you can limit the IP address, like to make it more secure, right? So
Right.
generally we have some portals such as, say for example, your insurance. I have seen in the past that when we try to access that website from India, it doesn't let me log in. It will just say that the URL is not available. So, is there an option that we can limit it based on the region, also region or country, or is it something
Not
else?
yes, yes, that I got it. I got it. So that is called a geographic. One second. Geo service actually.
Okay,
So next generation firewalls has that capability.
okay,
You can create the rules based on. You can create the rules based on this one.
okay. So that is dealt at the firewall level, if I understand it correctly, not at the server level.
Um. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, on the firewall level, you can put the rules saying that this URL is accessible from external for APAC region only, or for India region only.
Got it.
So yeah, in the next generation firewall, that capability is there. But in AWS security group, if I go here, see security groups. So here, if you create any security group, so there is no option. There is no. You can just add the rules. These rules are. So these rules are very straightforward. You just allow what you want, inbound and outbound. Okay.
Got it.
Who will come? We will see tomorrow. Inbound, what is inbound and what is outbound. So you just allow what you want. Else everything will be denied by default. So this
Got it.
is called like whitelisted approach. So we are just allowing what we want. There is
Okay.
another approach, the firewalling approach, that is called black approach. So in that we will deny everything and allow whatever we want. But that is not recommended. So the good approach is let everything is denied, just allow what you want. So let's say you want to access the server. You need, let's say, some custom port, or you need SSH. Okay, just use the SSH. You need one another port, let's say some custom UDP port. So just say 5008. So these just very calculative rules you can create here, and this
Okay.
will only allow. If you, apart from these two ports, if you try anything, it will not be allowed.
Okay.
Okay.
So based on the sensitivity, we can decide of the
Yes,
server. Okay.
yes, exactly. So, for example, the Microsoft server, which we just created, what is required? It required RDP,
Yeah.
right? It required ping, or it required HTTP. If you have one application there, you need HTTP. Just open those port. That's it. You don't require SSH. But in case of a Linux server, you need SSH. You're going to do the SSH to that server. That in for the Linux, you don't require RDP, because RDP is a remote desktop, which is a Microsoft service, right? So like this, we will create this. So this knowledge is required, because every cloud engineer, they need to take care of the security group. But in the larger organization, there is a cloud security team separately. They will review, and they will keep reviewing the security groups and all. They will check with the who created the server, what the security group, why you use this port and all. There is a separate review also. That we will talk, that is advanced level, this discussion we'll talk on that.
Okay.
Okay.
So these groups are created and the servers are added to these groups. Correct?
You can create this group, like let's say Microsoft. You can create generally generic group, Microsoft security group,
Okay.
and you can bind this group to any instance.
Okay. Got it. Yeah.
Okay. Similarly, you can create a public application group, and that a public application security group you can map to n number of instances. Okay, these are the actually separate pieces. The key, then security group, and the volume snapshot, we will see that AMIs. So this thing will touch slowly. Okay, so I don't want to mix too many topics. And if I wake up you in the night and say, Salman bhai, what is the availability zone, so you will be able to tell that anytime. Okay, so let's stop here today, and we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
please make a account. If you already have account, just go through with all the regions. What I will tell you. So just go here, log into console, and just have to each region and see the availability zone and all. Okay, that's it. That's the homework for tomorrow today. We'll go slowly. Don't try to create the server today itself. You can create it tomorrow. If you understand, you can create it. But still many things you need to understand before creating the server. Okay. So tomorrow, wait for tomorrow lecture. Then you can create your own server. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank